From Bushbuck Grace to Nesprit is like an hour journey. And so you can imagine the way I was choked, and that day I was like quiet in the car. I said, wow, I have come to a place. It's everywhere. Sometimes when I tell people back home that there is load shedding here in South Africa, they don't even believe it. They are like, what? You mean South Africa? Like how? Why? They don't believe it. And so I'll be like, oh yeah, don't forget they are also an African country, just like anywhere else. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bra Jones, and it's your only bra from Ghana. And I'm living inside South Africa, aka Tabo, aka Tapelu, aka Sipo, aka Sibosiso, aka Temba, aka Karabo, aka Umpo, aka whatever South African name you call me, I accept. Call me your South African brother. Guys, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, please consider subscribing. Subscribe to this channel and help this channel grow. And please take a time out and then like this video. And let's take this particular video viral. And please, you can share to friends to also be a blessing unto. You know, this is a travel channel with me, your bra, from Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian and I'm living inside South Africa. And I'm talking about the positivity. I'm talking about the good vibes. I'm talking about the culture. I'm talking about the policies, the good stuff. You know, this channel is always about positivity. We don't have time for any negativity. Oh, yeah. And so once it remains a travel channel, someday we are going to go outside South Africa and show Africa to the world. And definitely one day, when God permits, we are going to go into the world and then show the world to the world. And so please, subscribe to this channel. Join this family and help this family grow together with you. So Africa as a continent, we share a lot of common values with regards to our culture. But as a Ghanaian in South Africa, sometimes I come across some jaw-dropping ones that sometimes make me be like, huh, am I in an African country? And so today, I'm still talking about some of the cultural differences between my country, Ghana, and then South Africa. Oh yeah, so as a proud citizen of Africa and a Ghanaian living in South Africa, I am talking about some of the things that I've come across in this beautiful country that appears to be different to how it is done in my own country, Ghana, and other part of West Africa. I am not here to compare. I am not comparing anything. I'm not comparing cultures. I am here to only talk about the difference. So now let's go. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is power outage, which is known as load shedding here in South Africa. So in as much as South Africa is a giant African country, it doesn't dispute the fact that it is still an African country. And so yeah, they also experience power outages. And here they call it load shedding. Load shedding. There in Ghana, just like any other African country, we also experience it. Oh yeah. And then we call it light out. The light is out. And locally we call it doomso. Doomso. Yeah, doom means off. And then so means on. So when the light goes on and off like that, yeah, doomso, doomso. You say that like some disco. Some disco lights. You know, power outages is like an African thing. It has become part of our culture now. And nowadays, it's like a norm. It has become even normal. Oh yeah, I don't know which African country that doesn't experience power outages. Oh yeah, I stand to be corrected though. If you are seeing this video and your country doesn't experience that, please let me know in the comment section. And tell me the name of your country. And if your country do experience power outages, let me know it. And then tell me how you call it in your own country. There in Ghana, we call it doomso or light out. Yeah, doomso locally. And here in South Africa, they call it load shedding. Load shedding. Yeah. And so tell me how you call it in your own country. Because for me, it's like almost every African country experience that. Power outages. Oh, it's like that. But as to why and how, we leave that one to our politicians and our leaders to do the explanation. It's everywhere. Sometimes when I tell people back home there that there is load shedding here in South Africa, they don't even believe it. They are like, what? You mean South Africa? Like how? Why? They don't believe it. And so I'll be like, oh yeah, don't forget they are also an African country, just like anywhere else. And they are shocked. But the positive thing about South Africa with load shedding is that they've got leaders who are considerate and they care for the people. And so they are always notified before they take the light. Oh yeah, the public is always informed on when they are going to take the light and how long it's gonna be for. Yeah, there is load shedding app there on the internet for the citizens to check and to be aware on when they are going to take the light. Yeah, and so that they can schedule their stuff, you know. Yeah, so that is one positive thing about South Africa with load shedding. And another thing is that here, even when the light is taken, when there is load shedding, when there is power outage, when there is doomsday here, the network reception remains very strong. Oh yeah, and so you can do whatever you want to do on the internet. It doesn't affect the internet at all. No. The reception still remains strong. Oh yeah, whenever there is load shedding, the internet reception is okay. And so you can do stuff on the internet, like browsing, like chatting, like watching videos, and etc. at a normal internet speed. Oh yeah. Unlike my country, Ghana, before you realize the light is gone, they will not give you notice. They will not inform the public on when they are coming to take the light, or even when the light is coming back. Before you realize doomsday is here. And even when the light is coming back, you don't know. And so you only pray and hope. And sometimes it affects the internet speed. Oh yeah, the moment the light is taken, the moment there is doomsday, it's like 60% or 70% of the internet speed goes with the light. It's like 60% of the internet speed goes with the power. So you realize that browsing, watching videos, chatting, and all that using the internet becomes a problem. Oh yeah, so when there is load shedding, when there is doomsday, when there is power outage there in Ghana, browsing becomes kind of boring. Oh yeah, because it affects the internet speed. Yeah, sometimes there will be light out here in South Africa, and I'll be talking to someone there back home. You know, I usually use WhatsApp call. Yeah, so I'll be talking to them, then they'll be like, are you not the one who said there is light out there? I said, yeah. They said, yes. I said, yes. But how come your internet is still... You see the thing? Yeah, they know where they are coming from. And so, yeah, that is the difference between the power outage there in Ghana and then the load shedding here in South Africa. I like it here. Oh, yeah, I like it here. And so maybe you are planning to come to South Africa. You have to know the season that you are coming with regards to the weather. Like now, winter is already here. And in the coming few months, we are going to enter the peak of winter. And you know, as usual, a lot of people are going to stay at home. Yeah, and so definitely the electric or power consumption is going to rise. And so load shedding is going to be severe. Yeah, and so if you are coming to South Africa, you have to be mindful of the weather. Yeah, you should know the season that you are coming. Yeah, and so when the electric consumption becomes higher or rise higher, hence the load shedding. Oh yeah. So the next thing that I'm going to dive into is that, you know, South Africa, the cost of living here is high compared to my country, Ghana. Oh yeah, the cost of living here in South Africa is kind of high, a little bit higher than that of my country, Ghana. Like rent, food, clothing, and etc. But one thing that I want to highlight and then talk about is water. The availability of water. Drinking water, for that matter. So there in Ghana, there is the availability of sachet water being sold on the street. And so we are used to that. We drink that on daily basis. They are purified water like the one in bottles, like the bottled water, the still water. But these ones are not in bottle. They are in sachets. Yeah, and they come at a lower prices compared to the ones in the bottle. And it comes in different kinds, like different brands, depending on the company that produces. And so when you are on the street and you feel thirsty, you just purchase one and then you sort yourself out. Oh yeah. The last time I bought one was in 2022, back there in Ghana. And it was around 20 pesos per sachet. Yeah. Very affordable. 20 pesos. Very affordable. Yeah, it comes fast and it's easy to get. Oh yeah. You could see vendors carrying it and then selling along the road, and even at taxi ranks and all that. There we call it trotro. Yeah, trotro stations. That is how we call it there. But here in South Africa, they call it taxi rank. They are taxis. We call it trotro back there in Ghana. And so you just buy one when you feel thirsty, sitting in a car or walking along the road, and then you sort yourself out. Simple like that. But here in South Africa, it is not like that. There is nothing like sachet water or sachet water here in South Africa. There is the bottled water, yes. The distilled, purified bottled water, yes. That one is here. But there is no water in sachet being sold in South Africa. And yeah, even the bottled waters here in South Africa, they are sold at the shops or supermarkets, sometimes in the malls. And so when you are walking on the street or sitting in a car or something and you feel thirsty, you will have to go to the shop before you'll be able to get water to buy. Oh yeah, if you want still water. Because they are not sold along the road by vendors carrying them like how it is done in Ghana. Yeah, if you are thirsty, you are on the street, you go to the shops, at the supermarket, there in the mall, you purchase and then you drink. It is not on the street. It is not being sold on the road. Yeah. See, I live in a rural area here in Mpumalanga. And even here being a rural area, I've never come across a vendor carrying either bottled water or whatever on the head selling on the street. No, I've never come across one. I don't know for other parts of SA, but this side, no, it's not done here. As for sachet water, there is no sachet water in South Africa. No. There is bottled water. But even that, they are not sold along the road or on streets. Like in Ghana, even when you are in a car, you realize that they will be rushing to the car and then you see them carrying. Yeah, it is not done here in South Africa. I remember some time ago, I was traveling from Bushbuckridge to Nelspruit. Yeah, which is the capital of the Mpumalanga province. Yeah. And so, you know me, I like mafeti a lot. Fat cooks. Yeah, mafeti, that is how we call it here. I don't know how they call it in your language. There in Ghana, we call it bofruit. And it's like, it tastes the same, almost the same, like how it tastes, the Ghanaian one tastes. And so I like it a lot. I eat it almost every day here in South Africa. And so when I was going to take the taxi to Nelspruit, I bought Fat Cooks, mafeti. Yeah, and so when I ate it, now I become tasty, you know that. And so when the guy was going, I was expecting that it was my first time using a taxi from Bushbuckridge to Nelspruit. And it hadn't even come to mind that they don't sell water along the road like that. Oh yeah. And that day ish. The thing choked me. I was choked. And and there was no water along the road. No one was selling water along the road. Oh yeah. From Bushbuckridge to Nelspruit is like an hour journey. And so you can imagine the way I was choked, and that day I was like quiet in the car. I said, wow, I have come to a place. Oh yeah. And so one of the things that I have realized as a Ghanaian living in South Africa is that people here move along with water bottles filled with tap water in it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here they drink tap water a lot. You know, I'm a choir master, choir director here in a church. I told you guys that I'm a keyboardist. Yeah. And so we'll be going for rehearsal, and you realize that the choir resters will be coming to rehearsal with water bottles filled with tap water. Oh yeah. Why? Probably because here in South Africa, their tap water is treated so well. Oh yeah. It's super clean. Oh yeah. Their tap water is really treated clean. And so it's so good for drinking. I drink tap water myself here more often. Oh yeah. It's very clean and it tastes good. But back there at home, we go for rehearsals and then we buy a pack of sachet water for everyone. Oh yeah, that is what we drink there. There at home, we don't normally drink tap water like that. Yeah. Maybe because our tap water is not that friendly, you know what I mean. And so yeah, that is also one of the difference. There is no sachet water here in South Africa as compared to Ghana and Nigeria and other part of Africa. Yeah. The thing that I want to talk about is rent. Actually, house rent to be precise. Yeah. There in Ghana, if you want to rent a house, you go to a landlady, a landlord, you find a house, and then you want to rent. He or she will tell you, okay, every month you pay like, let's say 300 Ghana cedis. Yeah. But before that, I'm going to take you 2 years advance payment. Oh yeah, that is how it is in Ghana. Until you have that bulk 2 years advance payment cash in hand, you will not get a place to rent in Ghana. Oh yeah, that is how it is done there. But here in South Africa, it is not like that. Here, the rent is paid monthly. I'm telling you, here in South Africa, everything is like monthly. There's nothing like advance payment. No. Even when you are trying to do that, no, they will not allow you. The landladies and the landlords won't allow you. Oh yeah, here the systems work. I'm telling you. I am sure I heard it some time ago that Ghana, by law, it is like that. But we, the citizens, are the ones that are changing it. Oh yeah. By law, it is supposed to be paid monthly. That is what I heard, yes. But we citizens are the ones that are not going by the system. But here in South Africa, I'm telling you, everything is done systematically. And so here, the rent is paid monthly. You cannot pay even two months in advance. No. You pay. Yeah. And here, the rent comes at a higher cost as compared to Ghana. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A room or a house that will take you maybe, let's say, 300 Ghana cedis, or let's say 600 Ghana cedis there in Ghana. Here, it will cost you around maybe 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 rents. Oh, yeah. 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 And so here, the cost of living is higher, like I said before, compared to Ghana. The cost of living here is higher compared to Ghana. So if you are coming to South Africa, prepare yourself that you are going to pay every month. Yeah. And the cost is higher compared to that of Ghana and other part of Africa. Oh, yeah. I don't know how much a house rent costs there in your country. And so you can also state it in the comment section. Tell me how much a room, let's say a one-room self-contained, costs there in your country. Here in South Africa, if you want a one-room self-contained, then you have to prepare. You have maybe 1,000, 1,500 to 2,000 rents. Yeah. And sometimes it depends on the location. Yeah, if it's somewhere rural area here in Mpumalanga where I live, then yeah, you have to prepare and then have, let's say, 1,500 monthly, every month. Oh yeah. If you don't pay, you're gonna walk out. Just like that. So there in Ghana, we pay in advance, minimum 2 years. Yeah, that is common everywhere. Every landlady or landlord will tell you when you are looking for a house to rent. And yeah, and one of the advantage in this advance payment is that even when there is increase in tariffs or house rents, you don't get affected because you've already paid in advance. And so until the 2 years is covered, yeah, you are not going to be affected by the increment. You know that. Yeah. And that is the advantage in it. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the patience and respect that South Africans have for each other. Oh yeah, they are so patient for each other. Among themselves, they respect themselves. Oh yeah. And one of the areas that you see this most is when you are using the road as a driver. Or maybe if you are sitting in a taxi, when you are using the road. That is one of the places that you come across this a lot. So here in South Africa, when you are using the road as a driver and at any point in time you want to stop, it's just a matter of putting on your hazard lights and then you stop. Not necessarily because maybe your car is faulty, but maybe you want to do something or something is causing you to slow down. You just put on your hazard light and then you stop. And no matter how traffic it's causing, they will wait for you patiently to finish whatever that you are doing and then everyone will pass. Oh yeah, or to continue your journey. No one is going to force you. No one is going to shout at you. No one is going to be blowing horns on you. Pa, pa, pa. No. It's like no one is in a hurry here in this country. Oh yeah, they are so patient when it comes to using the road. Oh yeah. And one of the things that I like most about this road use thing is that when there is load shedding, when there is lighthouse, when there is doomsday, it sometimes affects the traffic lights. Here they call traffic lights robots. Yeah, robots. It's a street name. Yeah. But back there at home, we call it traffic lights. That is what is common there, what we know it for. Yeah, sometimes when there is load shedding, when there is power outage, when there is doomsday, like we call it in Ghana, it affects the traffic lights. And so when it happens like that there is load shedding, and now the robots or the traffic lights are not working, the drivers themselves direct themselves peacefully, accordingly, patiently. I'm telling you, and it's so beautiful. You realize that if there are cars piled on the road, one by one, this one will come, this side will come, one will come from this side, and then one will go from this side, and then the other side, one will come, like that, until everyone is gone. Oh yeah, there will be no policeman there. There will be no traffic cop there to direct them. The driver themselves do it. And it's so beautiful, peaceful, patiently, accordingly. Everything is in order in this country, I'm telling you. Oh yeah, but back there in Ghana or in West Africa, it is not like that. We are using the road, you want to stop. You just put on your hazard lights. Nothing has happened to you. Pakam, like that. You just stand there. Before you realize, you'll be chopping some insult. Hey! Wait, Ghanaian. Where I'm coming from the western province of Ghana. Yeah, Sekendi Takrady. And then there is this insult on the street that we don't call it insult. We said it's a question. Eyebela. Eyebela is like, are you a fool? Yeah. And so it's common among us, the young, the old. We all use that. And we see it as we are asking you a question. We are asking if you're a fool. Are you a fool? I haven't insult. If I ask, are you a fool? It doesn't mean I have insulted you. I'm asking if you're a fool. And so you are a driver. You are using the road. You just stop at a point in time on the road. Just put on your hazard lights just because you are doing something or what. You chop some insult. Before you realize, hey, Bella. If you don't take care, before you realize your pastor will even insult you on the road. Before you realize the pastor has even insulted church. There in Ghana, no. You don't. Everyone is rushing to wherever that they are going. We don't have time for anybody on the road. Oh yeah, it's like that there. And so you cannot just stop anywhere on the road and then put on your hazard light as a driver. No. And at the robot point, the traffic light point, sometimes, it becomes confusion when the robot is not working. Unless maybe a policeman stops, or one of the drivers or someone, a pedestrian, decide to stand in the middle of the road and then direct the cars. What am I even saying? Is it direct or that? Oh, so yeah, that is how it is there in Ghana. Before you realize, papa, pipi, they will be blowing horn at you and then you'll be chopping. Yeah, so everyone is in a rush there in West Africa or in Ghana. Oh yeah, it's not like how it is done here in South Africa. Here, oh my God. And that is thumbs up for South Africa. Oh yeah, so that is also a culture difference. All right, guys, this is where we draw the curtain. This is where we end this particular video. And so if by any means you find this video interesting, please kindly subscribe to the channel. And I want to say a very big thank you for watching this video and for always patronizing my channel. Please take a time out and then click the like button, and let's take this particular video viral. And you can share to friends to also be a blessing unto. May God richly bless you for always patronizing and supporting this channel. God richly bless you. From the depth of my heart, I say thank you. Remember that there is a creator who has created this earth and has given you power to create your own space out of it. And so whatever that your hand shall find doing shall be blessed. Always have in mind that God has created you to continue to create on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. May God richly bless you. Till we meet again. My name is Brad Jones. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.